I mean, we knew we could get a house. We didn't know like how much of a house we could get or how long we'd have to be saving to be able to get the house.
What's our first step? How do we know what assistance program we need or if we need one? There were so many things to think about, and there wasn't really a starting point for me. I couldn't really figure out what's my first step.
The biggest issue, I think, was the market at the time was so hot that we were looking at multiple homes, multiple offers. You did a really good job at preparing us for telling us, this is, you want to be here, you want to be aggressive with this, and you kind of really prepared us mentally for what we were going to be facing.
I was listening to this podcast. I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds really awesome. And so we Googled it and found out about the program and the class, and it was like perfect because there was a class like in our backyard coming up. So
going to the class was a good first step.
And that's what I tell all my friends now. Is like they're like, oh well, we'll win a house someday. I was like, well, have you even found out if you could get one now? Like the very first thing you have to do is just find out if you can.
And it was great just being in the class because, like we were saying, I mean, we're like, I don't know how long this is going to take to be able to buy a house or if we can. But yeah, getting in the class and even, right on day one, basically, we're like, okay, yeah, we can do this.
And to find a bigger place for less money. There was a little bit of a hurdle around getting a mortgage. We didn't know what that would look like exactly, but we knew because Marlo's a veteran, there was a very good chance we could get approved for a VA loan.
Yep.
But we didn't know if we qualified. We didn't know if we had enough income.
I was a little nervous about the mortgage, like the payment, but then the more I looked at it, I was like, well, rent's so expensive that it's almost the same, and then we're literally something that's ours.
The house is like 4 times as big as the place we were renting in Seattle, and it's nice, like nice finishes and everything, and the obvious benefits of it's ours and the money, we get to build equity in the house.
What I loved is that you always let us form our own opinions, but you were clear in guiding us away from things that could really harm us in the future.
Great.
Right? So that was really helpful.
And it's fun getting to pick out all the finishes and like doing your own designs and, being able to kind of do it on your own free time.
And it's just nice to have something that's ours. We have freedom with whatever we want to do. We don't have to ask permission or get approval. We can just do whatever we want. Yeah. It's really nice.
When we bought, and Aaron and I spent a lot of time together, you and I walked through a lot of houses. You set very realistic expectations. So you helped me picture when we had talked about, do you want to do house projects? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so you're like, okay, great. This kind of changes the scope of what we want. We ended up getting exactly what we wanted.
There's no harm in finding out if you can do it.
Yeah, for sure. Just take the class. Just take it.
I say do it. You get a little bit of pride too from calling something yours.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're so welcome. Thank you.